the things they describe as mismanagement, which I want to tackle on, is how the Bank of Ghana, right, put in strategic measures to make sure that they collaborate with government to fortify the economy. How did they do that? We realized that our debt to GDP as at the time had exceeded the level to which we could secure an IMF bailout, right? So what was the mandate of the Bank of Ghana? The Bank of Ghana, having the interest of Ghanaians at heart and the economy, to put the economy in a good shape, they decided that they would arrange with government or collaborate with government to offset some of government's debts, so that government will be in a good position to secure an IMF bill, which recently the IMF just said that we are doing so well. That
overseen by who? No, because when you print, overseen by who?
We
know that
when you see it. Yeah, so
how do they do that?
What I'm trying to say is that when your debt to GDP exceed a certain limit, it becomes difficult for you to seek an IMF bailout. The Bank of Ghana, per its mandate, can offset government's debt to put government in a good position for government to secure the IMF.
Totally.
This was after COVID-19 and its effects, right? The president made it very clear that saving lives was impossible. So he will channel all his efforts in saving the lives of Ghanaians, and later we come back to the economy. During the period,
what you mean, Joshua.
Yeah, no, I want to talk about what they describe as mismanagement, and I would seek an alternative to that. One is what I just mentioned, how the BOG helped, with collaboration with government, helped to salvage the situation.
And government sonship. If you say government, do you mean parliament? Like, what do you mean by government?
You see, the Bank of Ghana, they are under a regulation.
I agree.
They were not out of place to their action. What they did, it wasn't out of place. They have the right.
What did they do?
And I'm saying that
the printing of the money. No, so are you justifying?
What I'm saying is that they wrote off some of government's debts
by. I don't think it's the writing of the debt that is the problem.
No, what I'm saying is, yeah,
the opposition is.
So it's a series
I'm touching on things.
Yes,
I'm saying, when I finish, you would appreciate what you appreciate my point.
I don't tell us you at all. Your job is very hard.
So after these debts were write-off, it helped government to be in a good position to secure an IMF loan, which after, I think, while we are in the IMF, it's very clear that we are doing so well that just recently the IMF director just said that we are going to receive our next tranche of 600 million in the coming weeks. Another mismanagement the NDT claim that the BOG is doing or has done is how they strategically supervise rigorously the forex markets. You see, right after COVID, because there was high inflation and exchange rates, the forex market decided to capitalize on the opportunity to be either changing the dollar at an outrageous amount and what have you. But due to the supervision of the Bank of Ghana, they were able to bring sanity and to the forex.
How are we citing external factors on factors that we have ourselves? Because we all know that
those ones were domestic. It was here.
More imports than
those ones happened here, right? And due to the action of the Bank of Government to clean all these things, Fetch recently made a statement that our economy is growing by 3% this year, and by 2024 we'll be doing better as a result of the stability of the economy, which I'm saying that
as a result of the actions taken by the Bank
of Ghana
to secure the.
But do you know one thing? You see, in as much as we had bond impairments, right, in the financial sector, what happened was that at the end of the day, the banks made profits under the supervision of the Bank of Ghana. So if you're saying that they're doing their work to make sure the economy. Which bank didn't make a profit? Just mention one.
But BOG didn't make any profit. They made a loss of 60 million. Over 60 million.
Because every bank in Ghana, BOG to make 60 million, it means that decentralized banks also made losses.
Because they wrote off their debts, right? In the interim, they will have financial challenges.
You are not making profits.
Would you lose money to go borrow money?
Listen, they are regulating a system, right? If you don't put in the measures to make sure that you have an upper hand to control the process, what is likely to happen is that at the end of the day, the economy will collapse. In the interest of Ghanaians and to save or to salvage the situation, the BOG decided to.
Joshua, you've had a good time.
Yes.
You've had a good time.
Time is Joshua.
You know what I understand? But the funny of what Joshua is saying to me now is that I am unwell. You have given me medicine negligently. I heal from my current sickness, but I end up with the BP.
You have not even healed. You are not
because
healed.
BP, if I have a high blood pressure, I'm unwell.
Joshua seems to be out of the country for some time now. He's trying to misconstrue my statement. Joshua, you know, you said that there was no issue for the demonstration and minority was trying to milk the situation.
No, but look at the statement from
if someone who was let me just
in good context.
No, you see,
he was going there deliberately.
Joshua,
it's not about the intention.
Let me walk you through some 2 minutes. Let me tell you what actually
with the mindset to seek a redress to an issue.
Okay, let's
you said there was nothing wrong. And so let me tell you, see, for the past 40 years, this is the very first time that our inflation rate has gone that high. And IMF confirmed that is due to the excessive printing of the currency. And you see, it has pushed about 850,000 Ghanaians down the poverty lane, and this is what you are praising the BOG for. Then it is very bad. You see, in 2022, the income that BOG made was 5.97 billion Ghana cedis, and their expenditure was 66.86 billion. Which, if you look at it, yes, so you see that the loss that we made was over 60 million Ghana cedis. And you are here saying that minority don't have, or maybe Ghanaians don't have a reason to call the BOG to order. And you see, you are looking at the fact that minority, you mentioned that BOG could come in and step in for the country if there are some issues. You see, that is in section 30 of the BOG Act, which gives BOG the opportunity to redeem government if there is a need for government to resuscitate themselves with some sort of sections. But in the same act, it said that BOG cannot print beyond 5% of the total revenue made from the previous fiscal year. And you see, when you look at the previous 2021, what was the money that we made? We made 72 billion. That's what the Ministry of Finance said, that the government made 72 billion. And the 5%, basic mathematics, when you even count your fingers, you know that 5% of that will be like about 3.6 billion. But we went on to print over 40 billion Ghana cedis, and that is just excessive. And you see, what the BOG governor did, it's clear in the BOG Act. When you look at the section 67 of the BOG Act, what he has done, it's so criminal that he's supposed to be spending not more than 2 years in prison, or should be given some fine to pay. And you are sitting here and saying that what they have done, hold on, let me tell you, we have made over 60.8 million losses. This is the same BOG director that used about 133 million on car maintenance. And domestic travel were about 97 million Ghana cedis. And Joshua is saying that there's no problem with this. And you see, in the face of all this, BOG and the directors sat together and increased their salary by over 80%, 80.9% in the midst of this. You increase your salary to for your directors from 4.6 million to over 8.7 million. And you don't see anything wrong with this as a Ghanaian, concerned Ghanaian who wants to see the future of Ghana. You and I are in this country. These people have their kids all out there.
To be fair with Joshua.
You see, all this is happening and we have children, pregnant women. There is no bed syndrome at
we understand.
To be fair with Joshua,
and you are here
so Joshua is saying that yes, we're in crisis. So whatever decisions that, despite the payment, despite the car maintenance, which we think expenditure, internal expenditure is something to look at. He is of the view that certain decisions and policy triggers that the BOG may have taken is going to give us a long-term, benefit, which we're saying. Another thing that Joshua is also saying is that the minority had an ulterior motive in going there because it favors them. But you see, if a minority or a opposition party decides to go on a demonstration that favors them, and the people of the country decides to jump on that jeep, all right, it decides to jump on that jeep because they think that it favors them too. As a country, we must arrive at the point where there's nothing wrong with it. What do you think? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with
Think
it?
about it.
But
that's the thing.
No one, I'm not sure someone has spoken ill of their action.
You just said that.
What I said is that the motive behind their
we like the motive.
The demonstration was extremely political. It wasn't.
If political will give the result.
And every political party have an agenda, and the role of minority is actually to put.
Because they have what I'm trying to say is that they had a lot of alternatives. Look at their numbers.
What are the alternatives?
Some of the government's actions is also political.
What are the alternatives?
Which alternative was there that Kweku didn't use that, utilize that?
What I'm trying to say is this. Listen, what I'm trying to tell him is that, listen.
Okay, wait.
Looking at the numbers they have in Parliament, 136 with a speaker, can't you just summon the
so they shouldn't march.
So you're saying that
So why are you tired for people who are
so their constitutional rights, people can utilize and you are restricting them.
I feel like all three of us are attacking Joshua, and I don't like that.
It's not just Joshua. When he started, he's saying that it's not a political activist. He's even drifting from the issues of politics to a social activity. Whatever that is happening, he's not in that position to defend it. You can't defend
the thing, because we are young people. We want to call it.
You should be so
concerned. What point do you want to make?
This is
$250 to build an office space to 7,000 cars.
Philip, you had a good time.
Have you been there? Have you been to the rich hospital that man?
Let him make the point. Maybe he's never had any relatives.
Your job is so difficult. You explain. You don't get evidence.
You made it feel like
no, but you see,
necessary.
No.
Just
what I'm saying is that they have, they are at liberty to
let me ask specific questions
on that demonstration. However,
let me ask
they had better alternatives.
Suggest I chose this one.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. I'm trying to say, yeah, they chose it. However,
do you agree with the comments from there? Do you agree with the comments, Philip?
Yeah.
Do you agree? Because they have said it. The minority said it, that if they protest and that doesn't work, they will trigger processes in Parliament.
Before the protest,
that's what I'm saying is that it's a choice. However, it's an opinion. You see, listen to what I'm trying to say.
I'm saying that you can't hide behind the fact that everybody has an opinion. Then you
could have just gone through Parliament in a situation where Parliament didn't work. Then you say you are protesting because you've exhausted all the available.
Has he been invited to Parliament?
Right?
Has he been invited to
Parliament?
But he doesn't. Does he show up?
This is the posture when they have something that they've done wrong. They ask you to go to court, go to Parliament because they know they have their ways around.
Let me ask them.
But don't you believe?
Did you also genuinely believe that march was going to get him to step down?
Of course not. You know, we are in a
You thought you
no, but we are in a country that march past gained us democracy. That got us independence. Before 1957 independence, there are a series of demonstrations.
But this was before democracy.
Yes.
Now this is democracy, and he also feels that he has rights.
No, there are many opportunities. Well, if you are...
there are many opportunities.
There are many, and this is just one of them.
No, I'm saying that. It is one.
This is just one.
I'm not disagreeing with. I'm only saying that it could have been the last resort on this issue.
You suggest that for the minority?
Which is a choice.
Are you happy with his comments?
No.
Are you happy with his comments?
His comments.
Yes.
You see,
comment on that. I'm very grateful. As a social activist, I like to hear that.
The BOG
I think he called certain people.
Not certain people. He called the protesters
Ghanaians. He called Ghanaians that.
They called a mother all sorts of names. By Sasu called.
No, I understand that.
Apart from
yes, what I'm saying is that they called him a thief. They called him a criminal. You see, listen. You can only call him a thief or a murderer if you have the capacity.
Let me tell you. If you have the capacity, describe it. What's wrong if someone mentions your name? You call my name and I respond to you.
So you have no capacity to call him a thief. You call him a thief. You call him a criminal, and at the end of the day,
and he calls it hooligan. But hooligan is not an insult.
Who is a hooligan?
Who is a thief?
A thief is someone who takes something that does not belong to him.
What has he taken?
A murderer is someone who's inaction or action.
You see,
Philip, listen. Philip, you see, that's the problem I have with young people.
The whole party disrespects womanhood and feel comfortable with it.
Joshua, you're saying that his comments were in good taste because he was called these things. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that.
We are going to call both parties out.
I'm saying that. He was responding to energy.
Okay, so he was matching their energy.
So it's right. I'm not saying it's right.
And as social activist,
I'm not saying, listen, don't get me wrong.
Because he was attacked, it was okay for him to call them that?
No, I'm saying that.
What does the minority make of the hooligans?
Right, I want to believe that he made that statement as a result of what they said to him. Yes. calling.
I know the name.
Or what
She's been
Sosu
called
said.
a
I
thief.
can't even mention because you get it.
The act has been
So
described as
in that
murderous.
capacity, as Sasu
Because you're
claims
pushing
that
about
he
a
made
lot of
such
people-
statements due to frustration and what have you.
And he described
probably
the
admits
protesters as
such
well.
statement
was
as a result
protesting
of
the protesters the entire, because remember those comments were
was-
made by that you mentioned specific names.
No, but these
That
are the
doesn't reflect-
leadership of the protest, so
that
it
may
can
not
only be
necessarily
said
reflect
once.
the entire whatever of the protesters.
But was it right that they call?
Absolutely not. I don't think it was right.
Yes,
So I'm
you
asking
don't think it's
you.
right.
If I'm telling you,
If two wrong doesn't make it
The
right.
minority, let's
For
finish
him to-
speak.
You see, when
speak.
we
He didn't answer the question.
That
Yes,
was-
but
You
you
answer.
You,
You
so
ran
you
away from me.
justified his comments. I mean, justified.
I'm
his
not.
comments.
I'm
You
saying
ran
that.
away.
I'm saying
That's
that.
unfair.
I'm saying that
No,
two
I want
wrongs
him to
doesn't
answer.
make it right.
It doesn't.
It doesn't make it right.
Okay, so you-
what Sasu and the minority leadership said
Agreed.
about him was extremely
What
wrong.
is it? So say if he's
I
not
want
an
him to
honorable
comment
member,
on
you would have
Addison's
used
You would have
some
used what?
derogatory comments on
Disrespecting
him.
womanhood.
No,
I don't
he said
you
that if
understand-
not
I
for the
understand
fact that
the
I'm an
NDC is
honorable
available.
member.
No. It is good. You see, that is the position of NDC
Yes.
for this one,
You see,
which is
both
fine.
of you have not answered
That
the
they don't have
question.
any respect for women.
No, this man will run away from the
Come on,
question.
Joshua.
He's
Joshua,
shifting
you
the
don't
post.
answer the
What is disrespect for
Joshua,
women
Is
here?
that not what Sasu
Philip,
said?
this is
Hold on,
someone
Philip,
On the
What
floor
is
of
so
demonstration,
what is more
where he was
disrespectful?
supposed to give an alternative to what
You
should
know
be
what
done.
is
more
what's really the meaning of hooligan?
What is
What's the
more,
meaning of
in fact, what is
Let's-
more
let's move on.
disrespectful to womanhood than leaving pregnant women, delivering babies under trees, having no bed at
That's fine.
hospitals
That's fine.
because of
That's
someone's
fine.
But
inaction and
let's hold parliament.
Where
Let's
government
hold
is
because
building 111
the bill does
hospitals,
not make
while
any
other
sense.
ones are in various stages of completion.
Okay,
Dr.
let's talk about
Addison,
the high attrition.
Mr. Addison has been so reckless,
What is
very
listen,
useless
MFA,
at post.
I want to ask you
and
just
he's-
one question.
See, let me, when you are talking, let me
Please,
just
you
come
are
on.
giving us attributes
one
of him in the
second,
air.
one
Let him ask
second,
you the question.
1 second.
Ask.
What the BOG governor did, which the NDC is saying it was
Ghanaians
mismanagement.
are saying.
The NDC leadership and the minority are saying that it's mismanagement. What is the alternative to it?
You see,
Just
I
give me one.
I don't know
Give
if you are
me
giving
one.
him the
No, no.
position to moderate the
no,
show.
no, no, no.
It's a good question. I explained to you.
No,
I explained to you
Give
what
me
they
that
did.
question.
That is
Give me
fine.
the question. You
But
can't
if
ask
he's
me
the
question.
moderator, then we
Give
know
him
that now we can throw questions at each
Ask me
other.
tell me, what do you want to know? You don't have any
You see,
right to
Syria,
ask.
I'm trying to say that.
You see, he's running away from
why
me.
would
No,
you wait
hold
for
on,
me to
because
answer
there's no
the
alternative.
question? I will
There's no
answer
alternative.
You did
They
not
don't have
have
an
an
alternative
Let me
to
give you
it.
the alternative.
It's not two wrongs doesn't make it right.
He said
Please, you
it.
use the other one. I don't agree.
You
He
see-
stated emphatically.
I
What's
see.
his-
Said.
what's his comment? Yes.
Two wrongs doesn't
You
make
see-
it right.
You see, you're just
That's
being
what Sasu
There is
said,
nothing
and-
wrong
right.
when I come to this studio. I see you somewhere and say you are a fine-looking man. You look very intelligent and you look like someone that can be emulated. You take all these words, and now when you do something that I feel is reckless, it's useless, and it's tantamount to being a
Thievery.
thief, and it is also can be described
like
as
the-
murder.
you like the
You are a
capacity to call
murderer.
him
It's
so.
murderous. You see, these are just describing what you have been
actions.
over
So
the
you
years.
was probably also
By your
describing
inactions
the-
and actions, people died over 420 microfinances and my brother, hang on,
You are
let
still
me
running
flow.
away from it. What is
Hold
the
on,
alternative to
I'm
it?
building a point.
What is the alternative to their
MFA said she will ask
MFA,
me
if you
that
run away from that
question,
question,
why don't you give me
answer it.
He's on the floor.
I'm building a point,
I've told
and
you
I'm
to
telling
pass
you
the
that,
question to
and I'm
me.
telling you that over 1,000 Ghanaians lost their job during the financial sector cleanup, where many banks were collapsed and many other things. People got stroke out of that.
Let's stay on
People
that
died
point.
out of that.
Let's stay on that point.
Yeah.
Those who lost their jobs
Yeah.
at the time of the banking cleanup.
These people
What's the best alternative?
You see, these people lost their jobs, and the alternative was that, you see, at the end of the day, when Ministry of Finance came out, the money that they used to collapse the bank was even more than the money
much
that
that had been lost in the
banks
sector?
needed to revive them or to rejuvenate.
them, yeah.
You see, so at
People
the
have
end of the
also
day,
said that they should have raised the curtain and go behind the bank and
don't
take
go
the...
there yet. I mean that. I mean, hold on, my brother.
MFA.
You
You're
see,
asking for
hold
alternatives.
on.
He's giving
I'm
it.
giving you
He
alternatives.
has not mentioned any alternative.
He said
Hold on.
one of them.
I'm saying that.
I'm listening.
You see,
I'm listening.
at the end of the day,
On
at
the
the end of the
hours, on a
day,
different
there are
hours.
people who lost their life due to the frustration. There are a lot of mad people walking around because of the way they've lost their job, and people who have died as a result of this financial sector cleanup by Addison and Nana Akufo-Addo, supervised by Bawumia. Are you telling me that what they have done is not being murderous all over? That's what they did. because due to your action or inaction, someone lost their job.
He's talking to him.
And that is very reckless and a useless being at post of a BOG governor.
Philip's point is clear. So it's not directly.
Yes,
but
so your action or inaction would respond to yes.
Indirect. Thank you,
if
Philip.
you aid someone to do something, probably you abet someone to do something. And you see, so the alternatives. Now, you see, during the time of President John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president of Ghana, you see, the Bank of Ghana, for the 4 years that they have been in power, from 2012 to 2016, wow, I just like the way you are very excited about John Dramani Mahama being the next president, and that's a great call. You see, during that time, the Bank of Ghana consistently made profits.
It's okay. You see, we'll give you the floor.
From 2012 to 2016, the Bank of Ghana made a lot of profits, and even the bank hospital is a beneficiary of it.
Do we know how much we made at the time? I don't have the figures.
I don't have those figures right now, but they are all over the internet. Okay. So that should tell you that during that time, there were certain good things that were being done by the minister and the president and the Bank of Ghana governor.
Even in 2019, the Bank of Ghana governor says that they had made profit. Even in 2019,
they made profit because of the funding. Yes, that was the time COVID came, and they were
before
halt.
That was
before COVID.
Right,
we made loss after COVID.
When you said before COVID, that was because they had a good structure, they had good money before NDC left power, because IMF was rolling over.
Where there is credit,
and things were going on.
It's okay.
You see, but you just came to power. There was no way that the party would come to power in 2016, and all of a sudden they are doing.
I have a genuine.
So when they came and they saw the money, just like a sports chart,
we made profits. We made profit 2016, 17, 18, 19. The only time we didn't make profit was, I think, 2020.
What Philip is saying is true. However, 2016 we start making profit.
You don't make profit.
2017.
Foundations were
2017.
Yeah, so you can't
2018. How about 2019? The reason why we didn't make profit, and I'm saying it was as a result of what we all know.
My brother, even IMF said that before the COVID-19 and Russian-Ukraine war, Ghana, there were things that were not being managed well.
We were making profit. You and I were here
next week.
And COVID,
the Israel-Palestine war would have an economic issue on Ghana.
The most important thing which are still running away from.
The Israel war.
You see, he's still running away. He has still not mentioned the alternative. What the BOG could have done to salvage the situation.
Now, Joshua.
The only thing I want from him
is
you see what. When I made it very clear that what is the alternative to salvaging the situation after COVID?
It is a good question Joshua is asking.
Until you're able to answer that question, I'm not sure we should.
It's a good question Joshua is asking, because I struggle to think that truly the Bank of Ghana governor and his two deputies will oversee such enormous loss by intentionally deciding to want to do this. I cannot believe it.
You see,
a
thief, a murderer who has formed intention to do something to you, you can't say that this man looks so gentle to murder someone.
It's I'm thinking
these
that because
people are very intentional to inflict this pain on us.
Intentional?
Very, very intentional, because you know that when we are printing that over 40 million to the government for them to use, to misuse, you know the repercussions of that when you do something. You know definitely when I slap you.
We don't think that genuinely it was a need.
What?
And they have
if there was a need,
except that maybe they stretched it.
So if you are telling me that money that they have borrowed to build an office space for over 7,000 car parks is an urgent need for Ghana.
No, the project started somewhere 2018 when we were making profits. But if I've given a contract, made payments,
we've made profits, and
the project has started before.
So you can print all that money. You don't think it's urgent now that even though you've given contracts, you can come back and say,
but they are
the contract has been awarded. Money
maybe Joshua doesn't know how contracts are awarded and implemented. When a contract is awarded, they don't give you the money up front to go and complete the project. And they are doing a
the contract can be what
they
he's saying is not all right, because it could be that it is in stages. When you finish this stage, you bring your document, you make payment.
And aside that, I think the problem how they procure, how they procure, it is a process of procurement. It's not the amount.
Even the contract was awarded in a very wrong way.
If the process,
you see, I think we have a
system that is supposed to regulate
me when youth of our level we should be much concerned. But it is very sad that people sit here and they still want to sympathize with the reckless and the useless mismanagement of our country. But what do you want him to say? He has nothing to say. He's just been mentioning my name for the past 5 minutes. Philip. He has nothing to say.
You are getting it wrong.
No, Philip.
And I asked you just one question, which you've not been able to.
But we are all here.
And that is I have asked that question.
And you have not been able to answer. That is the what I'm trying to say. That is the position of the NDs. They don't have an alternative to any problem. The only thing is that they're only capitalizing on the gateway that since there's challenge, let's just score political go out.
So if they have an alternative, do you think the government will implement? Because it's still the president that will appoint.
Yeah, however, how would they
implement? John Dominic Mahama and Ato Forsin at UPSA did.
When
suggested many ways that we can recover the economy.
They were giving alternative to what they would do if they get the opportunity to.
They have about 25 pointers.
Are you happy? Are you okay with this?
Steadily. Slowly but steadily,
okay,
we are getting out of the woods.
Please, 1 minute.
You see, we can't pretend and just because we want to sympathize or we want to do well to make our party look so good, we pretend even in the face of hardship. You see, what is happening is not an NDC MPP matter. Every concerned Ghanaian must see this as an opportunity where we can make sure that the right things are done. You see, when you look at the Registrar for Teachers Association during their press conference said that as at January, about 16,000 teachers with certificates are trying to go to UK to get and as at June, about 10,000 of them have been granted. You see, this is the number of people running away from the country. Ghana, that's supposed to be our beloved country.
We don't have antiretroviral medications.
And that is one of them. It's at the
They are clearing it tomorrow.
We are clearing it tomorrow. A discussion for
what authority are you saying that they are clearing that tomorrow?
You can confirm.
Something that has been there since July.
Tomorrow is
You know, tomorrow
we were here when
tomorrow.
Social media.
When we get to tomorrow,
Joshua Kunu,
I'm Philip Sabah.
But you see, MFA.
Tell me, I'll say tomorrow.
We'll bring the Lifestyle Daily segment to an end. Joshua and Philip, thank you very much. You can follow them on social media. They will continue there, or they'll be on opposing views soon, I believe. But yeah, we're moving on to Motivation Monday. Stay tuned.
Early detection saves lives, but early sensitization could do twice as much. So this year, we're taking our breast cancer awareness campaign to senior high schools across the country.
We are looking to educate the next generation of women who in turn will spread the word in their own unique ways. Early education, early detection, more awareness.
Our message is simple. Set a reminder, get screened, and cross it out. We're crossing out all of the fear, all of the risks and stigma attached to breast cancer.
Our high school tour will be making several stops at the Eastern, Central, Greater Accra and Ashanti regions, offering inspiring pep talks, breast cancer screening and education, amazing giveaways, and a concert to top it all off.
For further inquiries, you can reach us on 059-229-2746 or visit mx24.app/crossitout. Cross It Out 2023 is proudly brought to you by Top Choco and Floral Tissues.